What is sex? Sex is when the X and Y chromosomes meet to produce a baby. Sex is when a man and a woman who are in love come together to make love. Sex is this and sex is that, but all of this was just the definition they got in school, right? Mom told me he was my lesson teacher. And yes, he would help me learn faster. But the smiles he gave to me told me otherwise. I was yet to become 18. Not even close to 18. He made up 8 teams within my head. He said, "Baby girl, you look beautiful. I love you." They were less than 18, but trust me, they played more than 11. Yes, that was my age. He told me the way to salvation was obedience. And so I obeyed when he asked me to take off my shirt. He told me he loved my shape, even if all there was one small little eye standing in front of him. But you see, love was the sweetest word that tickled me like fingers walking into my ribcage. He was the best in mathematics. He used my legs for example. He said, 2 legs divided by 1 will make 1 full satisfying form. But trust me, I never saw fun in mathematics, so everything sounded like parables to me. When we got to English, every sound was hard for me to pronounce until his lips went around my neck, sucking it like a baby who newly got introduced to a feeding bottle, and his breath gave life to all the hormones. They were so alive that every sound came out perfectly. I said, "Stop it, sir." And then he told me that was an exclamation. The next topic he was going to teach me. See, I had every opportunity to tell Mom, but she was so happy with how well I was learning these things. But I was the lap tool we never had at home. Mom's mind was so rigid about letting me go to boy's house, but that day a man called Mom. He wrote lubricants around his words and slipped into my mother's mind, releasing some lies that got her pregnant with thoughts of letting me go. And while going to work, she dropped me off at his gate. I'll call that the gate of hell. With my shaky legs, I walked into the compound. It was so quiet, I was reminded of my father's graveyard. And before my hands reached the door to knock, he opened. It was him, my lesson teacher. His eyes were as red as spilled blood in Hollywood movies. He was sweating like a defrosted sachet water. His body physics reminded me of freshly baked agege bread. It was so soft and silky. See, all this went through my mind when I first saw him with just a towel around his waist until he said, maybe for the 3rd time, "Come in." I walked in majestically, like it was my father who sponsored the building of his house. And then I turned to compliment his house and saw a complete man standing without clothes in front of me. Before I could utter a word, he pushed me to the chair. He was so heavy like the weight of Nigeria's problem. As fast as a car on a 2-lane road, he removed my dress. Like the go-slow in Lekki, he came in. It never felt like needle piercing me as usual. This time, it was a painful feeling. My voice could double the sound of a landing helicopter, but no one heard me. I tried to struggle, but with just one of his fingers, which was stronger than the whole of me. I cried and cried, but then I remembered. He was my lesson teacher. And this time it's reproductive system in biology we were experimenting. I was tired of this whole lesson, but he remained on the same speed he started with, licking the whole of my face like it was candy, and then he stopped. He came out of me and blood followed like an open drainage pipe. It was with this same blood I write to you today. The pain I feel hails from beneath the soil you're stepping on, but my voice still cries out to your ears, O nation. Tell the world to stop child sexual violence.